Hello very much. I love you very much. And now I want to read my most recent and most heartfelt message that I first of all wrote in my native Lithuanian language and then translated it into English. So now I will read it and then maybe expand on some lines of that message. So just be fully here, fully present. Take a deep breath. Open your mind, open your heart, open your body, open your consciousness, and just allow these upcoming words to resonate to what it needs to resonate. For it is for your heart, it is for your highest good. From heart to heart. Blessed are those who are persecuted in the heart, for it leads to true freedom. Blessed are those who see their selfish stubbornness and recognize the suffering it causes, and it releases. Blessed are those who sacrifice conditional love for unconditional love and form to formless. It always pays off handsomely. Blessed are those who begin to value the intangible more than tangible. Later it evens out. Blessed are those who exchange their limited desires for the boundless harmony of life, which also becomes whole. Blessed are those who resist the temptations of beliefs/emotions and remain faithful to the purity beyond all frames, and all frames are included in perfect harmony. Blessed are those who, even after any fall, use it for a deeper rapprochement with the grace of unity and its appreciation. This is real strength. Blessed is the awakening of the sincere desire to be engulfed in the flame of divine love and unity. This is true birth. Blessed are those who allow themselves to fully feel the intensity of this transformation, and the intensity becomes stillness. Blessed are those who have a pure feeling for others and stand on the side of their freedom and well-being as the very source of love, which is the core of integrity. P.S. Thank you for reading, in that sense for listening, and if you feel a resonance, I can support you on this path. Just write and we will see. So here it is. My English pronouncement is still not the best, but I do my best. And I hope you get the message. So now I will repeat it and maybe expand a little bit along those lines. So from heart to heart, blessed are those who are persecuted in the heart, for it leads to true freedom. So this line is inspired from the Gospel of Thomas, Because Jesus or Yeshua said, according to that gospel, said very similar words that are blessed who was persecuted in the heart, for they found power. Power, that means God or kingdom of God. So yes, you can also feel where you are persecuted in your heart. Fully open to that inner knowing that guides you in this true freedom. In your inner truth. And blessed are those who see their selfish stubbornness and recognize the suffering it causes and it releases. So yeah, when you acknowledge that, it starts to release. So see for a moment that part of you, if you find it, which is selfishly stubborn, and allow yourself to recognize and acknowledge the suffering it causes to you. Just feel it for a moment. And you will start to detach from that part, but not through rejection or suppression, but through love. And give that part all the love it desires directly. Because yeah, this is what that part seeks through various limited ways. So instead of giving these ways, give the result of your unconditional love, which is always within you. Allow that part of you to merge with this love. Integrate in this love. In this inner sanctuary where it can rest eternally. And blessed are those who sacrifice conditional love for unconditional love, and form to formless. It always pays off handsomely. So, yeah, I have no comment for that. I think it is very simple and clear. And yes, and it is good to know that it always pays off handsomely. Because yeah, to be in the unconditional love, to be in that formlessness, it is the best feeling of all. And it includes all else. So that's why it pays off. without any negative side effects. You're just allowing pure harmony of life to fulfill you. And so following messages is also about that. Blessed are those who begin to value the intangible more than tangible. Later it evens out. So yeah, when we live too much focused on the tangible things, it creates tension, suffering, confusion, because all those tangible things always changes and so on, not stable. And paradoxically, that which is intangible is always stable. So when you start to value and love that intangible, it will balance out this equation of experience. And for some time you might want to be more in that intangibility, in that stillness, in that silence, in that emptiness. But after that, it evens out, and you will see that tangible is just expression of that same intangible. There is no real separation, but you will start to experience all those tangible things not as that selfish, egoistic person, but as the God, as that intangible one. And it is very different experience of the same things. There is so much joy in that, so much freedom, so much creativity and love. Blessed are those who exchange their limited desires for the boundless harmony of life, which also becomes all. So yeah, expansion of the same point. And yes, when you let go of your insistences, your limited desires, you will find yourself in the perfect harmony of life, which naturally brings you everything you need in every moment, everything you really want. In the right time, in the right harmony. So have faith on that, and feel how good it feels to be free from your desires. Also, you can have them, you can imagine, you can get a good feeling from them, but at the same time you can be free from them and allow them to manifest in whatever way it best serves you in your journey of your soul evolution and best service for others. So you can experience this journey very effortlessly and again enjoyably. I'm not sure if it pronounces right. Blessed are those who resist the temptations of belief/emotions and remain faithful to the purity beyond all frames, and all frames are included in perfect harmony. So again, expansion of the same. So recognize those limiting beliefs which appears through emotions that usually feels uncomfortable, like a tension, like a stress. So these are indications that you are holding on to some limiting beliefs that are fundamentally not true. It is like your pure intuition, your pure guidance is filtered through those beliefs that creates all the suffering. So recognize that, acknowledge those emotions, acknowledge those beliefs, and let them melt in your faith to the purity beyond all frames. Again, it feels the best. And you will see from that all frames are included in perfect harmony. So in this relative life, never come to final conclusions, because all those frames is just does their function and goes on. Everything changes in this world. So rest again as that purity beyond all frames, and see how all frames dances in perfect harmony. Blessed are those who, even after any fall, use it for a deeper rapprochement with the grace of unity and its appreciation. This is real strength. So I wish you to practice to cultivate this strength, this deepest spiritual strength, which is exactly that, to use any fall, to use any disappointment, to reproach this grace of unity, to come to a deeper appreciation of that unity. Instead of trying to compensate those negative feelings, which creates an even more swinging effect. So instead of that, use all of that to come to the middle, to come to the middle path, to that unity, to that love, unconditional love. Use all the challenges, all those falls, to stand up even stronger in this truth, to spread your roots in that truth. So all those challenges in this life is basically for that. to build up your spiritual strength, to regain your free will, your spiritual power. And yes, this earth is very powerful training ground for that, so use it, and it will benefit your soul even beyond this life. Blessed is the awakening of the sincere desire to be engulfed in the flame of divine love and unity. This is true birth. So yeah, this is, my friend, is the best thing that can happen in your life. Then this sincere desire awakens when you really feel that deep longing, that deep inner flame, when you feel like you are burning from inside and you wish to be engulfed in that flame of divine love and unity, which allows you to experience yourself as that divine love and unity more than something separate within it. So that is true birth. This is your spiritual birth in this life, to be awakened as that, while still having this form, while still maintaining this individuality, but it becomes completely transparent to that infinite, unconditional love which you really are, and which everything is. So yeah, that ripening of this sincere desire happens with the natural experience, also in the right timing along your unique path, but also spiritual practices helps to ripen this desire, because when you do spiritual practice, you are touching that, essence, and the more you touch it, the more you fall in love with it, the more you open up for it, and the more you open up, the more it takes you in, and it is you, true you, taking full ownership of this extension of your mind, body, spirit complex. So that's the integration. That's true spiritual integration in this life. And it also goes in cycles. The whole life is creating closer and closer, relatively closer relationship with your true self. And it is beautiful, it is sacred. Blessed are those who allow themselves to fully feel the intensity of this transformation, and the intensity becomes stillness. So yeah, sometimes this transformation can feel very intense, especially when you have resistance in your subconscious mind, in your reptilian brains. So when you are touching the core of truth, all those layers will be stirred, will be shaked, and it is natural if if it starts to react like in a similar ways as panic attacks. You might still you might feel very intense feelings in your body. It might feel that you cannot hold it, like it is unbearable. But it is not you, it is not true you who feels that. It is just your identification with your extension, with your expression, which is meant to change, which is meant to transform. And you are that intensity which transforms everything. You are not that which burns. You are that flame which transforms. It just transforms your expression. And yes, when you realize that, when you surrender and wake up to that fact that you are that highest intensity of love, that intensity becomes still, because there are no gap between you and you. And yes, the highest intensity, the infinite intensity, is equal to complete stillness. So that's true you. That's your true quote-unquote place in the quote-unquote kingdom of heaven, from which you can perceive all those transformations of life in this world very, very peacefully and lovingly and compassionately. And yes, your mind, body, spirit complex will create in its own timing more and more capacity for the greater levels of, for the greater current of that true self, of that love, of that light, of that infinite wisdom. But yes, at the same time you are complete as you are. So there are no rush. And at the same time, there is nothing to wait. Just be in your natural flow, while allowing that flow to be just by witnessing it with your divine, loving eyes. Blessed are those who have a pure feeling for others and stand on the side of their freedom and well-being as the very source of love, which is the core of integrity. So that is the outcome of that integration, that you always integrate with the collective. Yeah, you realize that unity between all relative differences, and yes, and you love those differences, love all individuations of that same love, because yes, everyone is co-creator of that same infinite unconditional love. And you stand on the side of their freedom and well-being as the very source of love. So you remain in perfect integrity with everyone and with yourself. Because yes, all is one. When you are in perfect integrity with others, you are in perfect integrity with yourself. And vice versa. There is no contradiction in that. And if you find contradictions, it is again for you to see into remaining limiting beliefs. And yeah, and to find that right relationship, which feels holistically good. So allow those messages to sink in. You may continue this meditation, this contemplation on all those things that came up, that resonated with your heart. So allow those things to deepen, to unfold, to activate, to soothe. And remember, true transparency is in unconditional love. And this love knows without knowing, because it is the very essence of everything, of all diversity. So you can experience that perfect synchronicity by just being purely in the moment, in pure faith, following your deepest heart guidance, heart wisdom. You will know and act accordingly without delays, without a shadow of doubt, without fear. And yes, this love is infinite, existence is infinite, and it always supports all its portions 100%. So there is not like some gets more love, some gets less love. Everything gets that same 100% of love, of support, according each portion's true needs. And yeah, in this physical focus, we may not always know what we really need, but we can have faith that we always get what we really need in this very present moment. Because that love, that infinite intelligence does not do mistakes. So just fully embrace what is available for you right now and use it for your next step on following your natural current of love. And yes, your individuality itself is the greatest gift of that love. Your freedom to choose, your free will. Is, I forgot the word, it's like a true sign of unconditional love. So you can even choose to create that illusion of less love, of lack, of that selfish stubbornness, of that resistance. So in that sense, individuality can become a curse when that unconditional love is forgotten in that. But it is always temporary experience, which again adds up to a deeper appreciation for that truth which never changes, for that love within your individuality. And when you can experience the harmony with everything through your individuality, appreciating your individual relationship with all other individual components in your life. So that's the best, that's the greatest gift, to experience that unconditional love in your individual harmony with all. So that's of true blessing. Curse is very temporary, but a blessing is always there. This blessing is your natural state. So I bless you with that, with all my heart. Feel that infinite vibrancy in your heart. And live according to that. Have fun.